Can we talk about forgiveness without making it sound easy? Because sometimes the person who hurt you didn't just hurt your feelings. They betrayed you. They lied about you. They abandoned you. They manipulated you. They broke trust. Maybe they changed the direction of your life. And then someone says, well, you just need to forgive. Yes, Jesus calls us to forgive. But biblical forgiveness doesn't mean pretending evil wasn't evil. Look at Joseph. His brothers hated him. They threw him into a pit. They sold him into slavery. Then they even went home and let their father believe he was dead. Years later, Joseph stands before them with the power to punish them. After their father dies, they become afraid. They think now Joseph's going to get his revenge. But Joseph says in Genesis 50, verses 19 through 20, do not be afraid, for am I in God's place? You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring about this present result, to preserve many people alive. Don't miss it. You meant evil against me. He named it. He didn't minimize it. He didn't excuse it. He didn't rewrite it to make forgiveness easier. He told them the truth and trusted God with it. That is mature forgiveness. Forgiveness does not call evil good. It refuses to let evil have the final word over your life. And we need to be clear about something else. Forgiveness, reconciliation, and trust are connected, but they are not the same. I can forgive because God commands me to release vengeance to him. But reconciliation requires two people, and trust often requires time and evidence to rebuild. Wisdom sometimes requires boundaries. You can forgive someone and still recognize they are not safe to have full access to your life. That is not bitterness. That is discernment. The question is, what are you carrying inside those boundaries? Because hurt doesn't disappear just because the person's gone. Our minds remember pain. We replay conversations, we rehearse responses, we revisit injustices, and sometimes we think we are processing it, when in all actuality, we're just reliving it. The event happened once, but rumination can make it feel like it's happening again and again. This is where walking with Jesus becomes real, because forgiveness may start as a decision, but releasing the weight, often a repeated surrender. Jesus, I'm thinking about it again. Here it is. Jesus, I'm angry again. Here it is. Jesus, I still want answers. Here it is. Jesus, I give you the right to handle it. Here it is. Again and again and again. Joseph could say, you meant evil. But he could also say, what you did not cancel what God's doing in me. And somebody needs to hear that today. What they did does matter. But it does not get the final word over your life. God does. Their betrayal is not stronger than God's sovereignty. Their rejection is not stronger than God's purpose. Their choices do not define who you become. Forgiveness is how we stop letting someone else's sin keep us chained to the past. Maybe the question is, will I let Jesus shape my heart to respond to it? You don't have to call wrong right. You don't have to pretend trust isn't broken. You don't have to give everyone access to you, but you can say, Jesus, I refuse to let what they did to me turn me into someone you never called me to be. That is forgiveness in real life. That is with Jesus when you've been hurt. Jesus loves you more. I love you too. Mean it. Bye.